Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. Today, for episode number 735, it's Motivation Monday. Happy Monday. Pressure makes diamonds. I was on the phone with one of my clients the other day. We didn't set the timer because we're out here jeffing. And she said, something happened at my place of employment, and I honestly don't know if I want to stay here anymore. I think I might want to go all in on podcasting and speaking and coaching. And I said, honestly, this is the best thing that could ever happen to you as long as we do it right, because now you have the necessity. Now you have the pressure that you actually need to do the things that you have needed to do since we started working together. When you have a new pressure, you have a new level of necessity. You have a deeper reason, a more important reason for you to really dial in your game, whatever that is. For her, it's podcasting and speaking and coaching. When I left my job back in the day, Alan and I didn't make money for a year and a half. The pressure was tremendous. I put myself $30,000 in credit card debt. We lost a lot of people along the way. We lost a lot of friends. The pressure for us to succeed, to be successful, was super, super heavy. It was a lot. Genuinely, it was a lot. But it also forced us to become the men we are today. Pressure is not a bad thing. The way you respond to pressure is kind of the deal. If you don't respond to pressure in a positive way, you're going to assume it's a negative thing. But pressure makes diamonds, and if you want to become a diamond, you have to be willing to put yourself under pressure. You can have an out. You can have a safety net. That's okay. You don't have to have no safety net like we did. But if you avoid pressure, you are avoiding greatness.
So earlier we were on a live podcast, and one of the points that I was making actually involved Amy.
Shout out to
my assistant. Shout out to Amy. And Kevin, right in the middle of it, brought her on the stage because she's usually behind the scenes answering the questions for the Q&A, or asking the questions for the Q&A portion. And after it, she audioed me and she said, I was so nervous. Do you think anyone could tell? I said, Amy, no. And honestly, the reason you're nervous is probably because Kevin randomly just brought you on stage virtually. But again, I told her pressure is important. You have to get outside your comfort zone if you want to grow. So I'm going to articulate, I'm going to paint a picture. A picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm going to take at least 1,000 to paint this one. I'm kidding. So we are hosting Next Level Live February, a Saturday, 19th of February in 2022. Now, it's going to be incredible. We're going to have 8 speakers, full day. You've heard us talk about it. Wonderful day, life-changing day. Kevin and I will be on stage. It'll be amazing. Full immersion, imagine NLU, but in person. Next Level Live. All wonderful things, okay? And we've co-hosted events in the past. One of them was on the 11th floor of a huge hotel overlooking the ocean. We had people flying in, clients and friends and team members, everything amazing. But what people don't understand is how much pressure we were under. Kevin and I, yes, that all sounds awesome. I just painted you the picture of all the great parts. Now let me show you some of the behind the scenes of the pressure that will put on Kevin and I. Before one of our events, Kevin did a check-in with his beautiful girlfriend, Taryn, and he got a 3 for love and connection out of 10. Oh,
yeah,
out of 10.
Not a good number.
We had owed money. We were not profitable in that event, so you don't know the behind-the-scenes pressure that we went through. We went to Florida 2 other times. We had to gather speakers. We almost forgot to pay Evan Carmichael last minute. And Next Level Live coming up. It's going to be amazing, and I take nothing from that. But we're going to have many, many calls with the team. We're going to have to find volunteers to help with the event. We're going to have to create a workbook with every speaker's information in it, and we're going to have to find 6 other speakers other than Kevin and I, which we're already working on, but we're going to have to make sure they find the right hotel and fly in and everyone's on time, and we're going to have to find a DJ, and we're going to have to find a videographer, we're going to have to find an audio person, we're going to have to meet with the venue coordinator, we're going to have to go and check out the venue multiple times, we're going to have to figure out how to make a landing page, we're going to have to sell tickets, we're going to have to make sure that our friends and family are able to come as well. We're going to have to do all of this stuff for months and months and months. There will be so much pressure that us and our team are under, and anyone who attends that event will only see the wonderful part. We're going to have to find a VC, not a VC, Lucky, what was it? Jay Lucky?
Jay Lucky, MC.
An MC, Master of Ceremonies.
I don't know what it's called.
We're going to have to set up the agenda. We're going to have to open the doors at 8:30. We're going to have to make sure the logistics. We're going to have to check tickets at the door. We're going to have banners. We're going to end up selling books, not selling books, but buying books for some of the speakers to hand out to the audience. We're going to have goodie bags. There's a coat room. There's so many things that go into it. This episode, what does it have to do with you? Pressure makes diamonds. See, hosting an event sounds awesome, and it will be. It'll be life-changing, genuinely, not only for us, but anyone who attends. But the pressure that we will put ourselves under for that to be successful will be unbelievable. I posted on my Instagram story 2 amazing photos. One is from Your World Within Live 2019. One of them is from Top Notch Live 2020. And both of them have, 100 plus people in the photo, from my understanding. And, Brant Pinvidic and Evan Carmichael and the team and all that. And those photos look amazing, and they are amazing. What you're not seeing, Kevin has it up right now on YouTube. You can't see it, but unless you're on YouTube. And even then it's blurry. But what you're not seeing is the unbelievable amount of pressure. So I'm just going to ask Kevin, how much pressure were we under before those events? And how fulfilling was it after those events?
The most pressure. The other thing too is like you didn't even put the fact that we're going to speak.
I know.
That's the one of the hardest things for me is the speaking part, especially. And again, I'm way more comfortable now, but at Top Notch Live, it was me, Amy, and Tiff. Tiff's no longer on the team, but Tiff was helping us with that. We were setting up the PowerPoint presentations. Like, we were in charge of making sure the PowerPoint presentation and everything worked. And I was in charge of setting the timer for the speakers. Like, that was all after I had already done my speech. So it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. We went to 110 Grill, which I think is actually going across the country now, but it's based in the Northeast. It's this nice, really, really nice restaurant, amazing food. We went there with everybody after, and I'll never forget getting in my car. It was raining that night. I just walking slowly to my car because Taryn had taken hers and I was by myself, and literally thinking to myself, this is the best thing. I'm so glad this is over. I can actually sleep now, and I don't have to be. It was the most stressful thing probably I've ever done, honestly.
Yeah, that night, Emilia and I were in an Airbnb, and it was the best night ever because the pressure was finally off.
I was so tired.
But that pressure created diamonds out of us, and this time we'll be able to play even bigger because of all the times we've put ourselves under pressure. And a lot of people want great things to happen in their life, but they're not willing to sit in the pressure cooker to become a diamond. And that's not even, I didn't even mention all the networking dinners, and Kevin and I were in the bathroom of a networking dinner talking. And it was like, dude, we do not have the money to pay for all of these meals.
Yeah.
And that was such an embarrassing moment for us.
Are we supposed to pay for the
aren't we supposed to pay? Yeah.
Dinner?
Are we supposed to pay for these dinners with everybody? We wanted to. We wanted to be generous, but we were not able to be generous because we knew we were going to lose money on these events. So there's some behind the scenes of true pressure, financial pressure, emotional pressure, mental pressure of figuring all this logistics out. I remember I was sending an email from the Airbnb. So again, Motivational Monday. Put yourself in the pressure cooker. Don't get injured. Don't overdo it. Don't go and live in the anxiety zone. But make sure you're getting outside your comfort zone. Put yourself under pressure. See how you survive. That's what pressure creates diamonds. When you're under pressure, you will adapt.
Well, I love that story. I don't think you've ever told it like that. That's very impactful.
Appreciate
and
it.
I love our goal is to take you guys behind the scenes. It's always that. It's, I never knew it took that much effort or pressure or uncertainty or conscious focus to put on an event. So when you go to an event, there's a lot going on. I'll never forget, after going to Brendan Burchard, I never looked at it the same. I was like, wow, this is seamless.
Unbelievable.
They are doing such an amazing job. We had
2,300 people for them. We only had a couple hundred.
Yeah, we had a tenth of that. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. So they're professionals.
Yeah, and then some.
And then some. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We appreciate you. We haven't given Next Level Nation a shout out in a long time.
Yeah, sir.
If you are looking for a community of growth-minded individuals, if you are looking for the place where you finally feel like you can be yourself, where you fit in, where you belong, where you can talk about real stuff, Like, what's really going on in your life, what you really like talking about. Join Next Level Nation. It's a private Facebook group, but it's focused on community. It's focused on getting to the next level, and we're focused on allowing you and helping you to be the best version of yourself, but also the most authentic version of yourself. Everything you need to know is in the show notes below.
If you're looking for a place to belong as you evolve and grow, this is the place, and private is the key. Private Facebook group. So listeners are there, only listeners. And so join that. Also, Next Level Book Club is every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is on a Saturday. With the last one had 14 people. It's amazing people from all over the world. We had people from Australia, Italy. It's amazing. Join book club. Check it out. We're doing The Art of Impossible by Stephen Kotler, which is right behind me.
Yes.
And it's a life-changing book. And so many people have told me that book club has changed their life.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we love you. We appreciate you. We are grateful for you spending time with us. And as always, times two, because I said as always before, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow for last week's live podcast. Stop playing the comparison game.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.